Hey there, good people. What's going on? I'm doing series of reviews tonight, and the second review is gonna be a fragrance from House of Maison Alhambra. This is called Woody Wood. No, Wood. Woody Wood. I always get confused saying these two names. So this is a 80 ml bottle, EDP concentration, and this is a sister concert of Latafa as far as my memory serves me. And this is a loan. I borrowed this, not sort of like someone sent it to me to do reviews. So thanks to the brother. And I have another fragrance from him. I will review that in few days. So this supposedly, as you can tell from the name, okay, they did a clone of a lot of Tom Ford fragrances. If you haven't seen those, check out my Tobacco Touch fragrance review. That one's great, and this is also very good. So I'll let you know the performance, smell wise, how this is close to the original, which is Tom Ford Wood. Okay, I cannot say the name still. I understand OUD and WOOD. So Wood. Okay, so I reviewed it before. I never owned it. It's fragrance. Basically, Tom Ford's many fragrances are favorite to many people. Many people love so many other fragrances that Tom Ford offers, but not everybody loves everything. Okay, so I personally was a Tuscan leather fan, and then Black Orchid, and you can say some of the other ones, like Tom Ford's. My current favorite is this one. It's called Noir Anthracite. There's Noir Femme. There are a few other fragrances I really like, but basically Tom Ford has a lot of mysterious fragrances. Wood is basically, it's a love affair for many, even because of the spicy, woody, like you can say, experience. There are many other wood, intense. Perhaps there's tobacco oud, some of the other fragrance which much stronger, but the original wood, people love that opening of it. Is very alluring, intoxicating, even though it was not a beast on me, right? So that fragrance cost about 50 mil, around somewhere about $250. As per my memory serves, and 100 ml goes for 450, 500 plus dollars now due to the inflation. So let's see if this one can replace or give a good value alternative to your collection, and I think it will, because this line is very impressive. Okay, so this is the back, holographic sticker, some description, made in UAE, and this sadly is 80 ml, which I do not like from this line. I'll tell you straightforward, I did not like Tobacco Touch for that matter. That bottle size bothers me. If it was 100 ml, easily could be 100 ml. Okay, but anyway, Maison Alhambra, see if the juice is good. Okay, made in UAE, and then batch code wise they're all given. So usually one thing you'll see, I put a little bit of tape at the side. Okay, if you can notice, because these things are very flimsy. Okay, very loose. When you pick up the box, this one comes off. Okay, because the bottle is very heavy. So I usually like to put tape on my boxes so they stick together. Both sides, if you put, it will be good. And I would rather keep the bottle inside the box. The bottle here looks just like Tom Ford's private blend 50 ml bottles, but much bigger. And then they follow the cap and everything. Even there's a metal plate, sort of. I'm not sure if it's metal, maybe it's plastic, but looks very nice. If you hold it in the hand, if you're not that person that you do like, hey, this is like Tom Ford, even you see it's not proportionate. It's like not glued properly. So this one has this see-through kind of bottle, looks like mineral kind of thing. The glass reminds me of Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. And the bottle definitely reminds me of Tom Ford, but much heavier. And the 100 ml of Tom Fords are kind of wider, you have seen, and they come in kind of like these boxes, but the podium they sit in is not very good. So Tom Ford presentations also I'm not very big fan of, because the cap sometimes makes sound not really snug fit. Sometimes the boxes, I'm not very big fan of that, but the bottles look very iconic. And Tom Ford and Latafa, basically Maison Alhambra, they all copied that thing. Anyway, so the cap, as I was telling you, you see how easy you can take it off. If I pick it up, it can come off easily and break the bottle. So I would suggest put a little bit of a tape here on the neck, and then it will be very snug fit. Apart from that, sprayer works really good atomizer, no problem. But what the juice that comes out is a little bit like less compared to many others. That's fine. So 80 ml EDP, and I have the dry down here on the paper. Okay, so Wood I reviewed few years back. Okay, and I do have good memories of it. I really liked it, but I could not recommend it to people who were asking for, like, joy. Should I buy it? See, if I recommend, performance is a big thing for me on any fragrance. If a fragrance is especially expensive, it doesn't last. Like middle class people like us, we would complain. We would say, hey, 3-4 hours from a $250 cologne. No, it feels, I don't know how I feel about that. That's the polite way of saying it. But many people, they sort of threaten me. Joy, Wood is a beast on me. Some people say Wood is legend. How come you don't like it? I did say I like Versace Oud Noir better than Oud Wood. I like Royal Oud by Creed more than that, and few of the other ones, right? So there are a lot of alternatives already which are monster performers. This one, let's talk about performance, and then we'll talk about the smell. Let's show sprayer once more. Let's just put some on the paper. So this one opens up for me very identical. Okay, we'll talk about the scent later. Let's talk about performance. So recently I saw in one page people are complaining about the performance of this stuff, and there's maybe batch variation. Different batches are, sucky performers, but so far from me, this fragrance is a good performer. Not a beast, not 10 out of 10, not even 8. I would say 7.5 out of 10, which is very good. Tom Ford Oud Wood, I would say it's like 5 out of 10, 4.5. So comparison wise, you're already winning here because of the performance. It's subpar or better than Tom Ford. And then you get 80 ml. Where else you get much more higher price tag for 50 ml. If you compare, you can see this costs what, $15-25. Tom Ford $250, 10 times more. You can buy 10 bottles of this for a price of 50 ml. So 20 times more. Sorry, yeah, 20 times, no, 10 times more, no. Anyway, I'm not good at maths anymore. So what I'm trying to say, this is like basically a fraction of a price of a Tom Ford Oud Wood bottle. So what you get very identical smell. If you like Oud Wood, there's no alcohol blast here. There's nothing fancy, citrus, anything. But I smell a kind of like cardamom kind of thing, okay? That I also got from the fragrance called Memo African Leather, Memo Paris African Leather. So there was this nice little cardamom there, and then spicy affair. This reminds me of that. This is kind of like Oud Wood mixes with that Memo African Leather, but there is not much leather. It's just the spices, woodiness, okay, which is lovely. I love the opening. I give the opening 9 out of 10. Very, very nice opening. And this one feels like your niche territory, but the problem is, if you talk about the problem, let's say per se problem is the performance category. Perhaps, if you do not put too much of it, you do feel lighter version of Oud Wood. I'm not saying that one lasts longer than this, but that one is a bit more beefy. It feels more quality. The ingredients are a lot more natural. This one feels like it is a shadow of Oud Wood in terms of the smell. So basically a lighter take on Oud Wood, but very beautiful. It's like a cologne version of Oud Wood, which lasts decent timing. I would say on average I got 4 hours to 5, okay, which is not bad. On the shirt, if I go double sprays, okay, on each shoulder, I can detect it, but after 1.5 hours, the projection is not so much. Let's say when you really move or the breeze hits you, then you smell it. If it's on your neck, perhaps you'll smell it. But I'll tell you, one other thing I really like is Versace Oud Noir. So much quality. Even if you cannot afford Creed's Royal Oud, Tom Ford Oud Wood, get this one. Just a random suggestion. That is a beautiful fragrance, sadly discontinued, but I would say that is something worthy of getting. Is this worthy of getting? For $15-25, either one. Why not? Look at what you're getting, okay? I said it the same thing. Even though this may not be your 10 out of 10 fragrance, I did say it. Presentation wise, just for the bottle, you can spend $15. Some Rojada bottles cost like hundreds of dollars just for empty bottle, just for the cap. People pay $150, $250, right? So if you think from that point of view, this is already worth it, okay? Even if it lasted 1 hour, it's worth it. You get 80 ml juice, it's worth it. So why is it not worth it? If you ask the other side of the story, okay, some criticism I'll give it. First thing I said, it felt like a little bit on the initial blast. Let's just put some on my skin because the paper doesn't do justice. Okay, let's just go 3, okay? Let's try to make it super strong and potent, right? What happens? Let that liquid go away. Never smell fragrance upon initial spray. Then you can smell some unpleasant alcohol if there is any. I can smell it. Okay, so basically very beautiful opening, very beautiful opening. On its own, if you smell this and you live in a cooler setup, this would be a great fragrance to stay indoors with a cup of cacao or something, outside snowing, and you just go to bed and you just cuddly and stuff. This is a great fragrance I would wear before going to bed, Amazing fragrance, but it's missing that beautiful opening of Oud Wood. The thickness, syrupy, sweet, almost like a suede-like cardamom. I don't know, Oud Wood had the spices, but it's a woody, spicy fragrance, right? But this one feels like more wearable, let's say Zara would make or some of the other clone house would make, but well done, okay? No alcohol blast, nothing, but less beefy. And it feels like citrus a little bit. Perhaps there's some sort of citrus, something green up top. I don't know if it's a patchouli or something leafy, but there's something green about it, okay? So green, Kind of like almost reminds me of Tom Ford Tuscan Leather, a little bit of that, those raspberry kind of sweetness, but it doesn't have that much sweetness. It's basically that woody, sweet, citrusy, and cardamom, that sort of mix. Very simple scent, doesn't change so much. On the dry down, it goes more woody. It loses some of its citrusy, sweet property. It just goes woody, spicy. So if you're not a big fan of oud wood, you're not gonna like this. You'll be like, oh, what is this? I can call a pass on this. But you have been a great fan of that fragrance, Tom Ford, and you look to buy that one, but you can't afford it. There you go. This is a great alternative. Overall, this fragrance will get high remarks still, even though this is not a beast performer. Okay. It lasts longer than Tom Ford Oud Wood on me. Okay, performance was great. Projection could be better, but this one, it's not as strong as the other one I have. Man, Tobacco Touch, that one is really more powerful. But apart from it, very versatile. You can wear it all year round in the office setup. If it's not super hot, you can also wear it. Tom Ford, I wouldn't wear it in summer. This one you can wear it in summer, cooler days, you know, if it's overcast condition, great. Occasion to wear it, office, very professional, high class smell. You put this on, go near your office colleagues and walk around. They ask you what you're wearing, you smell nice, then you can say Tom Ford. No one's gonna not believe you. Yeah, that's how good these clones are getting. Okay, and back in the days, 2016, 15, you used to see some clones. They'll be like heavy alcohol, just 1 hour for longevity, and the bottles will be really horrible. Clones have come very far, you know, until now. So overall, it's value wise, I'll say somewhere between 9 and 10. But overall, if you ask me how much I rate this fragrance, comparing everything within 10, I would give this 8 out of 10. Solid 8 out of 10. This could be your replacement for oud wood, but if you like the original, I would suggest you get the original if you can afford it. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and thank you, brother, for lending me a bottle. I have one more review, then I'll upload it. So last thing, I'll just say one public awareness post, sort of like an announcement. Please do check fragrances, even if it's cheap or expensive. Try to avoid blind buying. If you don't have any other option, if you just trust your instinct or your reviewer, or you trust what you read online, you can say buy. But in general, it's better to get a decant or a sample, or try it from the shop and see the dry down after 1 hour. If you like it, then you get it. You know, that's how we roll. But we're doing these videos just to help you discover more fragrances. Thank you so much for watching. One more video, then I'll upload it. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bye bye.